All right, today you're working on dividing a unit fraction by a non-zero whole number. Okay, all you need to do this is just follow the rules that we have for dividing fractions. Okay, now the first thing, this 2, remember that the 2 is really 2 over 1. Okay, our rule for dividing fractions is we leave the first fraction as it is, we change the division to multiplication, and we flip the second fraction. So 2 over 1 becomes 1 over 2. Now what happens here is 1 times 1 is 1, and 11 times 2 is 22. So our answer is 1 over 22. Okay, let's try number 2. Okay, again, the 6, okay, is really 6 over 1, because 6 divided by 1 is 6. Okay? We keep the first one as 1/3. We change the division to multiplication, and we flip the second fraction. Okay, so 6 over 1 becomes 1 over 6. So when we multiply this, 1 times 1 is 1, and 3 times 6 is 18. So our answer is 1 over 18. Okay? So why don't you go ahead and pause this and try 3 and 4 on your own, and then go ahead and play the video again and check your answers. All right, so check 3 and 4 here. Make sure you have those correct, that you understand what to do there. Again, number 3, you change the 9 is really 9 over 1, so it's 1/4 times. Again, flip that second fraction, 1 over 9, you get 1 over 36. Same with number 4, the 8 is really 8 over 1. So you change that to 1/3 times 1 over 8, and you get 1 over 24. All right, moving on. Now we're going to switch it where we put the whole number in front and the fraction as the second one. So if you look at the models here, it's trying to show you how this works. So if you look at this model, we've got 4 wholes here. That's why you have the 4 ones. Okay? We're dividing by 1/5. So what they did on the second one here is they split it in to that 1 whole into 1. This would be 2/5. This would be 3/5. This would be 4/5. This would be 5/5. So they split it into 5 parts. Okay? So now if each one of these has 5 parts, then I've got 5 here. The other one there would be 10, 15, and then the fourth one would be 20 parts. Okay? So now mathematically how this works is, again, same thing. If you want to, you can treat the 4 as 4 over 1. The division becomes multiplication, and we flip the second fraction. So what happens here is we do 4 times 5, and we get 20. 1 times 1 is 1. Well, 20 over 1 is 20. Okay? So if you counted, again, each one of these little boxes that goes into there, you get 20. Okay, number 3 on here. We skipped number 2. We're going to number 3. Use the number line to find 3 divided by 1/2. Okay? So what they did again is you've got 1, 2, 3 on your number line. And they've split the 1 into half. So you can see here is 1/2. This would be 2 halves right here. 3 halves, 4 halves, 5 halves, 6 halves. Okay? So 6 over 2 is 3. Okay? So you've got 6 parts in the 3. Okay? So we're able to fit 6 of the halves in the 3. Now again, if we do this mathematically, 3 is 3 over 1. I change the division to multiplication. I take the 1 over 2 and I flip it to 2 over 1. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. Again, 6 over 1 is 6. Okay? Moving on to number 4. use the number line to find 2 divided by 1/2, or 2 divided by 1/5, I'm sorry about that. So again, we've got the number line goes to 2, and they've split the 1 into 5 parts. Okay, so they split the 1 into 5 parts, and from 1 to 2 is split into 5 parts. So we got to count how many 1/5 will go into the 2. Well, you've got 1/5 here. This would be the 2/5, 3/5, 4/5. When we get to 1, we have 5/5, 6/5, 7/5, 8, 9, and then to that one, we'd have 10 of them. Okay? Again, if we do this mathematically, think of the 2 as 2 over 1. So we're going to change this to 2 over 1 instead of division, multiplication, and we got to flip that second one. So it becomes 5 over 1. 2 times 5 is 10, 1 times 1 is 1, and 10 over 1 equals 10. All right, so that's just kind of putting a diagram there so you kind of have a visual of how this is working out. Okay, so as we go on to the next ones here, same problems, just without the diagram here. So again, I can think of 2 as 2 over 1. So I'm going to change this to 2 over 1. Instead of division, it's multiplication. Instead of 1 over 3, I got to flip it to 3 over 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 over 1 is 6. Okay, number 2. We've got 4 divided by 1/3. Again, I can think of that 4 as 4 over 1. So I keep the 4 over 1. I change the division to multiplication, and I got to flip the second fraction. So it becomes 3 over 1. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 1 is 1. 12 divided by 1 is 12. Okay, so again, pause the video here for a second. Try numbers 3 and 4 on your own. And then when you play the video again here, you can go ahead and check to make sure that you understand what you're doing. All right, go ahead and check 3 and 4. Make sure you got it right there. Again, 3, we treat the 5 as 5 over 1, change the division to multiplication, flip the 1 over 8 to 8 over 1, and then go ahead and multiply. You end up with 40. Same with number 4. Treat the 4 as 4 over 1, change the division to multiplication, and flip the 1 over 9 to 9 over 1, and then go ahead and multiply. You should get 36. All right, so you should be able to go ahead and complete your work now. Good luck.